All right, everybody. Thanks for coming today. I appreciate your coming out. My name is Jeff Gibby, as y'all know by now. Welcome to today's class. We're going to go ahead and kick it off and get going. Thanks for coming. I know your favorite part is going to be this part. Today's demonstration is designed to instruct you on using MetaStock and the accompanying software plugins. It is not a recommendation to buy or sell, but rather guidelines to interpreting and using specific indicators and features within the software. The information, software, and techniques presented today should only be used by investors who are aware of the risk inherent in trading. MetaStock shall have no liability for any investment decisions based on the use of the software, any trading strategies, or any information provided in connection with the company. Cool. All right, Fausto Pugliese. Again, for those of you that are tuning in for the second time, I apologize for the mistake that we had last time. We had him scheduled to speak about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and due to the fact that we were new to GoToWebinar and our new website stuff, and well, I was just an idiot. I put it on our calendar wrong, and then it had the wrong time. Fausto, I didn't realize until the webinar was supposed to begin. So I'm glad you came back. Fausto is a great presenter, great speaker, and a friend as well. He's probably one of the most dedicated presenters I know. He has the honor of being the only presenter we've ever had in MetaStock that actually gave a presentation about 30 minutes before his wife gave birth. So, and I'm going to tell that story forever, Fausto. I'm sorry. But that's it. I'm going to go ahead and turn the time over to Fausto, and also turn over the presentation to you as well.
First of all, I'd like to thank Jeff for having me here again. And Jeff, I got good news for you. I'm going to show you the child my family brought into this world in the next couple of slides, because it was, one thing. Jeff is right. I'm the only presenter that did a presentation for MetaStock before my child was born. That's how committed and dedicated I was. But I always bring family first. So I just made sure I was actually doing the webinar, nearby the hospital. So, but I had a commitment to MetaStock, and I know they've been marketing it. And I said, wife, I said, baby, sweetie, just hold in a little bit longer. We'll get there. So I love when he tells that story. It's a great story. But the most important part, everyone, is that everyone has to realize the reason why MetaStock has me here today is because they want to educate you, make you realize that if you want to be a successful trader, you have to learn from successful traders themselves. Because having a great platform is only as good as how they build it. If you don't know how to utilize it, what's the sense of going out there and doing it? Because all you're going to do is turn your wheels, get frustrated, and go from there. Let me tell you a really funny story, okay, about MetaStock and every trading platform out there. One of the great things is why MetaStock has great presenters like me coming in here and talking about it is that guys ever go out there and call MetaStock and ask them, like, why can't your system do this, and why can't your system do that, or who's this, and then you feel like after a while, you think it's like a beginner question. Well, guess what? If you knew how to trade and knew what to ask, you wouldn't have to be so frustrated and call all the time and lose money in a trade if you just knew how to do it right. And that's why MetaStock loves hosting these events that that they do, because an educated customer will be a customer of theirs forever. Now, a couple of things I want to change a slide here, if I could change my slide. All right. So basically what I want to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, is, oops, wrong one. Here's my family, okay. I think Jeff is probably talking about the one in the middle. That's my son, Max. That was the one that he's out 6 years old now. I was just talking to Jeff and saying, like, my God, we've been friends for a long time. I think it's almost like 10 years we've been doing business with MetaStock. Well, the reason why I like to show my family is, the first of all is that my family's been very, very supportive. And the thing is, I love spending time with my family. And the reason why I love spending time with my family, what became an issue, is that I need the right job to spend more time with my family, do things. Because we all know you could work 7 days a week, and you could work 10, 14 hours a day, and sometimes that's not even enough, But where could you make the amount of money in this world where you could work an hour a day and get paid one of the highest salaries out there with the least amount of education? okay? And you know what there is? It's called the financial industry, and that's what we're looking at. And because of that, you know, I was able to start other businesses. So I became a very successful trader, and over the years, becoming a very successful trader, I was able to do more things and able to enjoy life. And I think a lot of us are in that situation. We always want to sit there and be like, you know what can I do? You know, maybe some of you on Social Security, maybe some of you are unemployed, maybe some of you too qualified, and no one will pay you what you really are worth. You know, maybe you got fired because you make too much money, you know, but what do you need them for? You could do it yourself. And that's what's great thing about the MetaStock platform. So when I was a young little pupil myself, my dad always taught me, he says, son, if you want to be the best at your job, you have to learn from the best in the business. And my dad was absolutely right. An immigrant that came over here from overseas, from Italy, worked very, very hard to support his family. And my dad always taught me, he said he never wants to see me to suffer what he had to do to support his family, because I really didn't get to know my dad. You know, I lost my little childhood with him because he worked all day long. He says, listen, go out there, find out what people do to make a lot of money, do whatever you can, work for free, pay them, do whatever it is, and as long as you love what you do, you'll be the best at it. So I have to thank my dad for that. And then how I basically started is basically learn. You have to learn before you could earn. Now, before I was being smart, listening to my dad, I was only 22 years old. That was 20 years ago when he told me that. I wish I listened to him earlier because I was a young kid, ignorant. I thought I didn't have to learn. And you know what? That's why I failed in trading. I didn't realize that education was that extremely important. And I really think it wasn't just the education. I think it was the cost that came along with it. I think that was one of the main reasons why I didn't want to go out there and learn how to, learn how to trade properly, because I didn't want to spend the money. I'm like, I don't know, spending, some of these thousands, $10,000 for training, you really need it? Well, after losing, almost six figures of my salary and blow up 3 accounts, yeah, I did. So I want everybody to realize that you got a great platform with the MetaStock platform. It's a great platform. They've been around forever, which would basically, that alone tells you the credibility of the company doing business with. But the other aspect is, okay, great, I got this great platform. You're spending the money to use it. Well, how do you use it? How do you use it right to be profitable? Because the system could only do so much, and you got to understand something. The MetaStock platform has to appease everybody, and not everyone is a day trader, a stock trader, an options trader. Well, let me just kind of tell you this. I am a tape reader. I don't know if you guys know that, but a tape reader is basically I read the market, I see what's moving, I treat trading like a job. Okay, I don't care what I trade, I just want to make money. That's basically it. And a tape reader is just looking for stocks that have opportunities that you could trade and make money with. Now, over the years, ladies and gentlemen, I became a 12-time champion. We were ranked number one school 6 years in a row. I got the opportunity to ring the closing bell with Steve Forbes, and I have my new book that just came out, How to Beat Market Makers at Their Own Game. It's actually the first day trading book that hasn't been out in over 20 years, next to the SOES Bandits. So I accomplished a lot over the years because I wanted to make sure that if I am going to build the trust of the people I'm going to teach, well, I basically better accomplish to show them why I'm here today. Now, let me tell you a couple of things of mistakes that people make. The number one biggest mistake, the biggest reason why people lose money in trading, half of the people lose because they open up a brokerage account. That's half the failure rate. And the thing is, they get overwhelmed. They're like, free trades, 200 free trades. What is, I don't know anyone. Can anyone answer this? No one can ever give me an answer, and I still don't get it. How does a brokerage firm able to give you 200 free trades? I mean, how do they make money by giving you free trades? Could anyone answer that question? I'm going to have a little pop quiz. How does a brokerage firm make money giving you away 200 free trades? Can anybody answer that? because half the people in this world would rather open up a brokerage firm that will give you free trades than somebody will charge you $1. They make it up on the volume, like Amazon, okay. Well, Amazon still charge you. There's no volume there. It's free, Pam. On margin, how much could they possibly charge you a margin if you're intradaying? You know, I mean, I'll tell you how they do it. They do it on something called dark pools, okay? They go out there, they trade against you, they buy it on the bid, they sell it on the offer, and, you know, in other words, this is a kind of a little bit of a breakdown of what it looks like. Basically what they do is they'll go out there, take your order. Let me get my little pointer out here. You email it to them. They're going to sell it to another brokerage firm and get paid for it. If they can't find a buyer of your order, they go to their traders. From an order routing system, they're going to check if they have stock and inventory, which is a dark pool. If they don't, the trading desk is going to try to buy it on the bid, sell it to you on the offer. Then they really care about the ticket charges because they made so much money here, and then they execute your order. This is the opportunity and what happens when you're dealing with online brokers. Now, listen, I have nothing against them making money. Everyone has to eat. What I do feel, what's that word I'm looking? Insulted is that when they don't tell you how they're making money on your order. So for all of you traders out there that like to deal with online brokers, just keep in mind, when you do a trade like I did and you place an order on their website at 11:27, and then you get an email later at 11:29 that you got executed, and your order got executed $150 more than when you originally bought it, maybe $6 is not that bad, right? So once again, that's how they make money on your order. Now the reason why MetaStock wants you to be here is because if you know how to play the game, you will be a MetaStock client forever. You see, MetaStock spends a lot of money on technology. They spend a lot of money by getting you the best execution system, the best trading platform to use to do your trades. But they know, and this is why they have experts like me come in, is because they know a lot of people just don't get it. They don't know how to play the game when it comes to trading. And that is why 70% of the people fail in trading, because most people are self-taught. Now, I don't know about this, about you personally, ladies and gentlemen, but all I know is I would not give my money to somebody that was self-taught. Would you? Would you give your money to some financial analyst or planner that says, "Oh yeah, I'm self-taught. I didn't learn from anybody. I just woke up one morning, read a couple of books, mastered technical analysis, and thought I could start trading people's money." Listen, there's a lot more involved than just understanding. There's emotions. There's movement in the market. There's buying and selling. That's all that stuff, and that's one of the reasons why people fail. Now, I don't want to make this course, this webinar, a negative thing. It's just that I really take trading personally, and I hate to see people lose money because there's no reason for it. And I want you guys to realize in your eyes that if you really, really, really love this job, which I know you do because that's why you're here, you're taking the time to learn it, okay? If you really love it, then just do it right. Yeah, because you don't want to be greedy and not knowing where to get in and where to get out with. Most people make those mistakes. So don't be fooled by the cheap tickets, okay? Now, let's get into understanding how to use the platform a little bit better and understanding how to actually go out there and learn how to trade now that we got away with 70% of the failure rate. So hopefully, for who's in here right now, we just eliminate everything. We put everything on the table. We eliminate 70%. Now let's talk about how do we become the 30% of the winners in trading. When it comes to trading, ladies and gentlemen, you have to know how to use the system. So let's talk about level 2. Does anyone here know how to read level 2? Anyone here know how to read level 2? No one here knows how to read level 2. Okay, well let's talk about it. Okay, now MetaStock does a very, very good job of offering a good level 2 platform where you get to see all the buyers and all the sellers. So here are your buyers. Oops, let me change the color here. Hold on. Hold on, get my colors out here. There we go. These are your buyers, and these are your sellers. Okay, and the thing with direct access, if your brokerage firm is direct access, you have instant access to the market. That's basically what that does. Now, when you're reading level 2, this is showing you who's buying it, who's selling it. Now, the great thing about level 2 is you get to know who the buyers are, the amount of shares they want to buy, and the price they want to buy it for. So now you're basically seeing the market. You're seeing who's placing orders out there. You're seeing who's selling those shares out there. You're seeing everything. But there's one thing that you have to understand when it comes to trading. You have to understand how to follow the money. So, everybody here, think about this for a second. Now I'm going to get into the meat and potatoes of trading. When you do a trade, do you know who's buying and selling the stock? I mean, how much smarter and better and more money would you make if you were able to monitor and see the big buyers and sellers out there? I mean, what is that worth to you? What is it worth to you to actually see those orders? Everything, right? I mean, to see that supply and demand, why would you not? Well, the way we do that is we follow the money. That's what we do. Now, how do we follow the money? What we do here at CyberTrading University is that we teach you how to follow something called iceberg orders, which are called high-frequency trades. Now, if high-frequency trades make up 70% of the volume, wouldn't you want a little taste and a piece of seeing where those orders are? Well, this is what we do. Here you have a bunch of orders, okay, and right now we're looking at the Nasdaq total view, and these are your buyers, and these are your sellers. Now, I assume a lot of people here know how to read your chart, okay? I know MetaStock does a phenomenal job with so many ways of reading, customizing charts, but let's kind of keep things a little bit simple here. Here is your resistance, and here's your support. Okay. Now, everyone, what makes a support and resistance levels on a chart? Can anybody answer that? What makes supports and resistance levels on a chart? It's a very simple question. Buyers and sellers. Very good. Very good. Buyers and sellers. So with the buyers and sellers, the chart doesn't show you the sellers, and it doesn't show you the buyers. So how do you know if a stock is going to go down, it's not going to go lower? How do you know if a stock is going to, or it's going to go up? Okay, a chart is only what happened in the past. It's not indicative of the future. Well, the way you do that is you look for orders. And then when you look over here, you could see, wow, you have a 100,000 share buyer at 910. You have a 73,000 share seller at 975. So now it kind of makes sense how a stock is having a tough time breaking support and resistance levels. So this is the data that's going to help you. Let's do another one. Okay? So when you look at, you're looking at the support, and you're looking at resistance levels. So first thing you need to do is know where you are, and you look for support and resistance levels. So what we do here at CyberTrading University, as much as we would like to look at and have a game plan on the chart, well, there's really no game plan. The only way you're going to have a game plan is to see where the big block orders are. And when you look at $4.16, which is right here, Well, there's a resistance levels of 50,000 shares, so now it makes sense why when it's going to hit that resistance, it's going to go down. And then when you're looking down here at 390, now it makes sense because there's 19,000 shares, you know, there. So this is basically the game plan when it comes to trading. Now, I don't know if you guys do this, but once again, I'm a tape reader, okay? And I read the market. I look for big orders, and this is how I was trained. Remember, I live here in New York. It's the financial capital of the world. If you listened to me earlier, like I was telling you, what my father told me, you have to learn the best in the business. And I was trained by the best traders that you could find. From Goldman, Merrill, Shearson. I worked on the big trading floors. I was a Nasdaq market maker, okay? And by doing that, they told me how to keep things simple, okay? And the way you keep things simple is follow the money. You got to remember, you spent the money on a great platform. Why not now know how to use it, keeping it simple, instead of making it more complicated than what it is? Now we call all these trades, we call them iceberg orders. We look for iceberg orders on the market, and this is how we get in and out of it. All right? Now, does that seem hard, ladies and gentlemen, so far? Following the money? Does that seem difficult? No, not at all, right? So why are we not doing it? I'll tell you why, and why most people aren't. Because no one really taught you how to do it. No one really showed it to you. You know, Jeffrey, I know Jeff for a very, very long time, and unfortunately, I only get the opportunity to meet Jeff and his staff at the Traders Expos. So I don't know if you guys ever been at any of the trading expos, but we kind of run the same circuit. And if you guys ever get the opportunity to be at one of these events, what I recommend you to do is definitely go watch MetaStock do their presentation. That's first. Second is come see my presentation. And third, go see the presentation of Nasdaq, okay, because they do presentations. Go listen to the exchanges. And you know what they're going to teach you? How to use Total View. That's all they preach. So I know there's some great presenters, and you can't listen to them all, but there's 3 people that you definitely want to see. And the third one is probably the most important, because having someone that is going to back it up and say, wow, even the exchange is teaching this. Why is no one else? Well, that's the explanation. All right, now the next thing, the way we know if these orders get executed is on the time and sales. Now, the MetaStock platform has a very good order flow. You can see it makes times. It's also a good indicator to kind of know if the trades are going off on the bid and ask. So I don't know if you guys are using the time and sales, but at the end of this presentation, if anyone here wants to see what it's like in the real market conditions, we'll tell you how you can come and join us and watch us do it. So what I always recommend to everyone on the MetaStock platform, try to keep things a little bit more on the simple side. Okay, try not to make things too complicated. You could see the supports, you could see the resistances. Now just have the confirmations of those orders. All right, any questions so far, ladies and gentlemen? Any questions? Everybody got that so far? I know I keep talking away, but Dana, Douglas, George, Lori, Peter, Stuart, Whitney, any questions? So everybody's getting this. All right, good. Timing of the day, yes. Let's talk about timing during the day. Absolutely. Well, timing during the day, let me kind of remind you that I started trading 20 years ago. Will this webinar be archived, Douglas? Yes, it will. It is being recorded, and MetaStock will send it to you. Timing during the day is also a very critical time because there's only a very small window of trading. Now, I only trade about 10% of the day. 90% of the time, I'm always teaching. One thing, I don't know if you guys know Hubert Centers. He just did a webinar for us, another great contributor in the trading community. And, he said it best. I just heard it on Tuesday. He was on CyberTrading University. He says, one thing that you have to understand about trading is that you could have 3 jobs, okay? And, trading, in case it doesn't work out for you, at least you can fall back at something else. But once you learn how to trade and you're going to realize you have so much time on your hands, you're going to have to do something to keep yourself occupied, because you can't sit there all day, because all you're going to do is give back your profits and just ring up ticket charges. So, so timing during the day is very important, and you can see from this slide right here, if I could change it. Hold on. Timing during the day is very, very important, because there's only a very small window of when you make most of your money. And in day trading, which is what I prefer to do, is the first hour of the open and the last hour of the close. That's it. And then if you do pretty well in the morning, there's no need to go trade in the afternoon. That's how simple trading is. So if you're trading more than that, then you're basically trading at the worst times of the market, and that's not what you want to do. Be smart. It's like driving a car. You know how to beat traffic. Nobody wants to drive during traffic all day long. It's a nightmare. Why don't you get home when you want to get home, go there when you're supposed to be there, show up at work when you're supposed to, and that's it. Because that's where most of the money is obviously being made, within that first hour of the open. And you can see just from this PowerPoint example of a chart how dead it gets in the middle of the day, and then you get a nice little pop going into the close. Now, another very big mistake that I find people make is what we're looking at right now. Everybody wants to understand how to use this indicator, this stochastics, pivot points, MACDs, Bollinger Bands, stochastics. I mean, could anyone come out with another indicator, for crying out loud? I don't even know how many there are. I mean, I got to ask you, Jeff. Jeff probably knows better than I. I mean, you know what ends up becoming? A big thing of spaghetti, and you end up thinking like this kid. And you're just getting more confused, and you don't even trade. So, how do you fix that problem? You do the KISS method. Keep it super simple. Look at the support and resistance levels, look for the big buyers and sellers, and then go from there. Just follow the money. Because the potential income that you could make when it comes to trading is very, very substantial. I mean, think about it. You could trade 1,000 shares of stock, moves 50 cents, 20 tradings, that's $500, 20 trading days on the average a month. It's a six-figure salary. 50 cents, that's all you're looking at. 50 lousy little cents. And people can't even make that. But when you add it up and you're doing it consistently, you're like, my God, this is that's not that bad. You know, understand something. This is not Vegas. And believe me, I've been there. And Jeff's been there many of times. And that's actually, I think it was the last time I saw Jeff doing a trade show. And we don't like going to Vegas, okay? Some people like it because they never went there before. But when you guys like us, you know what? We're not in the gambling business. We're in the trading business. And you got to treat trading like a business. And the way you do that is you first have to surround yourself with great traders, okay? You can't sit home by yourself in your basement with your 6 monitors, all right? And and reading every tutorial what the MetaStock actually has for you, because at the end of the day, the system can only help you so much. I mean, they're giving you the tools, but you still got to learn how to execute. And you know what? There's no better way of surrounding yourself with great traders. So what we do here at CyberTrading University, which I'm all going to invite you, everyone here, if you're interested in joining us right after this presentation, is, I don't know, have any of you guys ever been in a professional trading room? Any of you ever actually been in a trading room with a few hundred traders and actually see people make money and being in positions that are up like 20, 50% a day? Any of you guys ever been in one? Well, guess what? You're going to have an opportunity to try it out and see what it's like. Okay? That's what trading is all about. Now, at CyberTrading University, the way we do it is we have a chat room. We tweet, we text our messages, we have live audio broadcasts, and you'll see us trade certain stocks, and we work together like a team. Now, most of the thing that you're going to be introduced to is these are students that I've trained over the years, and they became not only great traders, but they also learn how to become very good mentors. and I train them very, very well. I teach classes, and I train them. So now at least you'll get the opportunity to see what it's like to be in a professional trading room. And we trade stocks like, and it's being part of a winning chat room, and that's, once again, something you want to be in. Now, the trading room, what we do is we have a professional trading room where we chat, we tweet, we text message. So if you can't be there, that's fine. This is online. You don't have to go anywhere. You're going to be with us, and that's where we are in the trading room all day from 8:30 Eastern to 4:30 in the evening, Eastern Standard Time. But we trade stocks like this. I mean, listen, the MetaStock platform has got great tools, okay? And everything that we teach you, the MetaStock does over and beyond that any brokerage firm could offer you. But you have to know where to look and how to utilize it. Like, for example, GEVO, okay? Definitely could have found on the MetaStock platform on their big percentage gainers and losers list. And then you have a stock that goes from $3 to $6. This was last week, I mean, think about it. 100% in one day, what's wrong with that? Now, you're probably going to ask me, what does the company do? Why did you buy it? I really don't care. MetaStock doesn't care. All MetaStock does, and what we do is we show you, we give you the tools, and you go out there, and all you have to do is execute. Don't think. Just buy it. That's the way I have to look at it. Now, if you want to learn how to join us, ladies and gentlemen, and be part of the Cyber Group Room and do a demo of it, well, and find stocks, even like Yelp, what went from like 39 to 48 in, an hour? All these stocks that you can get, and trade, the MetaStock will give you those tools. But to find them and work with a team, that's where CyberTrading University comes in. Here's one trade I made this last week. I made like $20,000, and it was a short that I did in GEVA. You could check it out. Bought like 2,000 shares, went from like 216 in 5 minutes. Boom. This is why I love this job. I mean, it's ridiculous how much money you can make in trading, and especially in the pre-market, and that's the beauty of it. So, anyone here want to become a better trader? This is how we go about doing it. To become a better trader, you have to listen and realize what we covered today. Why people fail, what you need to do to be successful, and how to go about and do it. And how to become a better trader, look at the potential income that you can make and do it right. Because trading is the best job in the world. Because you are your own boss, you can come and go whenever you please. You have no employees. You can do it with very, very little money. You got the right platform. Now you just need the right mentor. That's going to teach you how to do it, because every single one of you here need more than one mentor. So even if you were trained by somebody else, you definitely need one more than mentor. So how you can start learning today, this is what we're going to offer everyone. I want you to come and join me for a 1 week of live trading online. It's $29. And it's 100% guaranteed, okay? If you're not satisfied and you just don't see people making money and you just, you see like, wow, this really is not for me, I'm really not interested, we'll give you money back. The reason why we want to charge $29 is we want serious traders that really want to learn, okay? If we didn't charge for it, then I would have to pay $29 for the webinar technology, and I lose money, and we'll get a gazillion people showing up. We're looking for real people that want to learn and see how it needs to be done. And if you go out there and learn with us and trade with us, we'll even go out there and we'll give you, as a bonus, we'll give you access to have a meeting with one of our education advisors and instructors. So you could actually talk to a professional instructor at CyberTrading University if you do this trial. Once again, we're looking for real traders that want to do this right. $29 money back guaranteed. So how do you register, ladies and gentlemen? You can go to ctu.co or call the number on the bottom, 877-70-CYBER or 516-627-1799. Now, before we actually I'm going to give you guys the link. Let me just give me a second here, ladies and gentlemen. I have so many things here. Browser's opening up. All right, so all you need to do, if you want to register, just go to our site right here at cybertradinguniversity.com, c2.co, and right here on the right-hand side, it says the Cyber Pro Trading Course. Click on that, and you can register right there. Now, does anyone have any questions about what we covered and what we talked about about MetaStock, about trading, about all the topics that we covered? Anyone have any questions? What do you get with the chat room? You're going to get 5 days live from 8:30 in the morning Eastern Time to 4:30. You're going to get some training videos. You're going to have access to talk to a professional instructor. You're going to get a lot, and once again, it's guaranteed. You have to understand that when I started trading, ladies and gentlemen, I thought that you could do this yourself. I thought it was not that hard. It's not as easy as just reading the Wall Street Journal. You have to see people make money. You got to learn from their mistakes. You got to be part of a winning team. And I didn't really know that till I basically learned the hard way, and the hard way is losing money. See, the thing about me losing money, I don't have a problem losing money. Okay, I just don't like owing people money. I want to know that if I don't know how I lost money, how am I going to do that again? And MetaStock, you got the right platform. Like, once again, you got the right tools. But the thing is, you got to know how to use it. What's going to make you most profitable? All right, ladies and gentlemen. With that said, if there's no other questions, any more questions than that, listen, guys. Your training is going to start immediately. Once you register, you'll have access to the training room. As of today. And then your trial, if you want to delay your trial, you're more than happy to do that too. You can register and you can delay it. But in the meantime, guys, you have any questions, you got my personal email address up on the screen. You have our phone number. Talk to an education advisor. I'll take from there. I'd like to thank Jeff for having me at MetaStock, having me here again. It's always a pleasure and honor to be here to talk to MetaStock. It's great to see them also building and working with that platform, adding new tools. I know I'm going to be coming out my own app. I have actually came out with a new indicator called Fausto Flags for some of your chart readers out there. You're gonna see us talk a lot about it in our cyber group room. But Jeff is actually taking the opportunity to build it for us, so we're looking forward to that. All right, in the meantime, guys, listen, thank you so much for myself here at CyberTrading University. I'd like to thank you for coming, and I look forward to hopefully see you all in the trading room. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to give us a call. Thank you, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your day trading.